So here we go. Let's pop this sucker over. Okay, so this is the Twilight 2000. It's a review copy that was sent to me. They generously included the weapon deck and the Lawmaster screen, which is really handy. Look forward to doing a solo playthrough of that. The core box includes the dice and the initiative cards, but not the weapon deck or Lawmaster screen. That's information that's in the rulebook. You don't need these additional supplements, but it's nice. So for those who are enjoying the game, can always go buy those. All right. Okay, they do include these game catalogs. I'm actually not a fan of these catalogs, and I'll explain why. I enjoy low fantasy games like The One Ring, or sci-fi games like Blade Runner. I'm looking forward to that, as long as it stays sort of sci-fi. And sometimes military games like Twilight 2000. I look forward to playing that as a zombie apocalypse sort of survival game. Now, Free League, they publish quite a few titles, from Tales of the Loop through to Cymberum and Vaesen, and those sort of lean towards high fantasy, or a bit of the sort of occult. But then they've also got titles like Morgborg, and that rubs me up the wrong way. So I generally don't like seeing those in the games that I open up, because Morgborg is, even their marketing sort of tagline is, we all need a bit of blasphemy sometimes. And as a practicing Christian, that crosses the line for me. It rubs me up the wrong way. So there's literally in this catalog images of upside down crosses and stuff. So that aside, okay, so let's have a look if I can get these out nicely. This looks like, what is this? Secret, NATO, confidential, Operation Reset. Are these the exact same? No, they're different ones. Are these like missions? Yeah, it is missions. So that's pretty cool. So they include some missions here straight out of the box. That's fantastic. That's very cool. So normally they would probably include those in the core rulebook, but yeah, they've actually included it as little sort of military briefing papers. That's brilliant. Okay, so let's see if I can get this stuff out without damaging it. Little tip and rock and drop, and seems to work. I'm going to take everything out. There's the inside of the box. Let's put it down and go through it. Okay, so let me just do this quick. Okay. All right, so these are the fold-out maps, double-sided, and this is the meat and potatoes of the game. Where if you're doing sort of a hex crawl and you're playing through the game, yeah, you're going to be using these. So I look forward to be sort of exploring these, especially through a solo playthrough in a post-apocalyptic sort of zombie survival setting. Doesn't even have to have zombies in it. Just a post-apocalyptic survival kind of setting. I actually think of games like Rust and whatever. Stalker. Stalker's got some freaky features, but so does Metro. But that kind of vibe. These are great. They feel solid. So these seem to be the up close maps, because I just got a glimpse of something at the back there, and I'll take a look at that now. You can see the scale of the larger maps. Man, this is great. The hexes are much smaller. So these are, and the scale is different. Wow, you're only seeing half of the map. It's just how do I fold this thing open? Here we go. What bananas, man. Okay, so this is huge. Let's just open it nicely. My reporting space doesn't even capture all that. So this is a huge double-sided map. So this one, I'm just trying to see, is there a name? Okay, all these areas are not English areas. So That's the one side of the map. And here is the other. Once again, not sure general English speaking areas are these is this I don't know if it's Poland and Germany. I think it's the two sides of the map. I might be wrong, but it might be Poland and Germany. Okay. Yes, I believe the character sheets. I like that they include these. My OCD kicks in, and I'll never use the included character sheets. I'll print out my own ones. I've got severe sort of perfectionism when it comes to products. So, yeah, man, I like to keep these pristine. Just print out my own ones. Keep the originals to one side. What a waste, I guess, but I'm a collector. It's the side of me that I've just made peace with. And here's some more tiles. The scale seems... Let's compare the scale to the other ones. Is this the same sort of scale? Yeah. Yeah, the hex is the same size. This is the same scale as the double fold-out ones that we looked at first. These are just single ones, I believe. Yeah, just single cards. So these are pretty cool. They've really included a lot of terrain to explore. And apparently you can sort of put these side by side to sort of make a modular map, as you can see here. Let's see. Yeah, clever. They kept the roads in the middle. So you can see, just make your own modular maps there. Plenty of terrain to explore. So well done on that. They realized what the heart of the game is, and they doubled down on that. Good show. Wow, they just kept going. This is incredible. So, yeah, this is how you do an RPG that focuses on sort of hex crawl, and you're really giving the solo player a lot of tools. So to alleviate any of the lifting required, or reduce the lifting required by the player, so they can just enjoy. And here's all the tokens. Well, they're pretty cool. They're double-sided. That's good, because really they could have gone away with just doing single-sided, but they've, like, once again, production value is off the charts on stuff like this. Even that little bit of a bevel on the top, you can easily just tell what's the top and the bottom. The bottom's flat, and the top's got a bit of a bevel to it. Yeah, I used to do quality control. When my OCD kicked in, it came in pretty handy for quality control. So I used to do quality control for stuff from China, so I can appreciate good quality, and this is definitely good quality. Alright, so here we've got your referee's manual. So they've stated clearly that the GM is called the referee in this game. Oh man, I absolutely love the way they've done their art. It looks kind of like ink and watercolor, and just that sort of, what do you call that, sort of cream cover. Right, so lots of special thanks to the backers, and let's just give some credit there. There we go. And let's have a look. So here's got the index. So you've got the world at war. You've got, oh, it is Poland and Sweden. So it wasn't Poland and Germany. There's two maps of Poland and Sweden. I stand corrected. So this just some overview of your environment. And these other countries: Germany, France, United Kingdom, America, and the rest of the world. And your job as a GM, a referee. Encounters, sort of where your deck of cards come in. Then you've got your factions, sort of your races and your classes, I take it. You've got your scenario sets, and you got your solo rules and conversion rules. Okay, so let's have a look through those. What a great sort of splash of color on there. Okay. Just gonna let's have a look, see. So there's all about the war, the road to war. And I'm not going to do a full page through because, yeah, first of all, that will take too long, and also don't want to give everything away. So let's just jump to some of the images. There's your maps. So order of battle. The layout of this is stylistically so on point. It's off the charts. So let's have a look here. That's just other countries. Here's your job as GM. Nice graphic there. Once again, just show some of the graphics. It's just covering on what's required of you as the GM. There's your encounters. Explaining how those work. Some nice graphics there. Explaining some of how the encounter cards work. Because the encounter cards, I'll bust these open so we can see quickly what these are, and you'll see why they have these. Well, originally they had these playing card symbols because that's how the original game was done, with the clubs and the diamonds. But apart from that, the card, I don't think you actually even use those numbers anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll have to read the rules to find out. But essentially, just the name and I think the time of day or area you find them in, and then the stats of the encounter would be on the card. So let's just see if I can open this without damaging anything. As you can see, it's not the easiest to open. I do like those pull tabs that they sometimes put on. You can just pull them, almost like they used to have on cigarettes back in the day. Those make opening cards so much easier. But I'm sure they cost more, and game companies want to put that money rather into the product, not the packaging. Well, not the throwaway packaging, at least. So I understand. But opening these are... There we go. Just needed a tear. A tear of some form. Not on the cards, but on the plastic. Voila. Okay. So you got initiative cards here. Oh, now once again, look there. You got that canvas finish on the cards. That's great. So you don't get, when you shuffle and move cards around, and it's got a glossy finish, and it doesn't have that matte finish. It's like a canvas finish. The cards get sort of visibly scratched, but in this case, with that matte finish, that canvas finish, it doesn't. So, man, just add it to the list of things that they've done right with this. Okay, so you've just got different encounters here. Just stunning cards. I honestly look forward to playing this. This is going to be a joy. Okay, so there's all the encounter cards, and then we had the initiative cards here. Curious if that's for if you're playing with a lot of people, or if that's initiative with the enemy, the AI. So those are the encounter cards. They just I'm curious to see what they're saying about them in the book. So there's lots of nice graphics regarding those. I'm just going to skip through that. There's a radio chatter chart. There's a bunch of charts here. Mood, elements. You got your factions. Okay, so let's have a look here. We've got Poland. I'm going to just tilt this so we... there we go. I think we're getting quite a strong glare there, so that should help. Alright, so, yep, you've got your different factions. They seem to each have a different goal. They start off with different forces, it seems. Yep. So I guess you get to choose what you want. This, what was that, Poland? And then you go to Sweden. Yep, that was Poland. And you got Sweden's one. You get General. Let's see, KGB. You got scenario sites. So there are quite a few. I'm just not covering the different factions. There's the GRU. There's the CIA. The DIA. There's a few. I'm not going to cover them all. There's more than that. So you got scenario sites. So that'll be interesting. So you had the initiative deck, and then you've got encounters. But scenario sites, what is that? So this is just an unboxing, so I haven't read this. So let's have a look at that view. I guess they missions. Yeah, they missions. Some scenario sites are missions. Okay. That looks like a familiar face. Doesn't it look familiar? Who does it look like? Alright. Small missions. Quests. Campaigns. So it seems like they've included the maps that they gave as just foldouts, and not foldouts but double spreads in the game. So you got your NPCs. Children's Crusade. The Burnt Town. It's got a lot of quests here. Scenario Site Generator. Now that's great for solo. It's amazing. Okay, so that will come in handy. Because once you play through the campaigns, look at that. Once you play through the campaigns, that's the stuff that's going to keep the game going for you. And yes, the solo rules. Conversion rules from previous versions of the game. And then weapons. So I didn't see any weapons in the referee's book, but that would probably be in the player's manual. So let's have a look at that. Okay. Let's have a quick page through. So contents here, so Twilight 2000, what do you do, the game setting, campaign framework, starting the game, tools of the game, what is role-playing. So you got characters, probably how to make a character and play that character. You got life paths, archetypes, develop your character. This is really great. This here, especially the archetype and life path and develop your character. That's great storytelling. Skills. Combat and damage, weapons, and travel. Okay, so travel will come in handy because that's sometimes informs your solo play. So this is a nice graphic there. So I'm just going to show some of the graphic, and we're still in the section here where they explaining a lot about what Twilight 2000 is, and yes, the create your character section. Nice graphics there. Are these pre-made characters, it seems? Player characters. Oh, no, wait. So this is probably like your class. The civilian, the grunt. Okay. The gunner, the kid. Okay. The medic, the mechanic. Officer, the operator. Nice spread. The spook. Wonderful. Character generation, life paths explained. Okay, that's probably all about life paths. More stuff. Some backgrounds. Developing your character, learning from experience, changing your unit morale. Wow. So it's not just a war game. Okay. So you're rolling the dice and how to push your roll. That's good. It's gear, NPC skills. I don't know why, it's a bit like Tony Stark. So, yeah, that's a bit of a stark reality with teenagers walking around with guns. Unless it's an adult, but it looks like a teenage to me. That's probably what it will look like, sadly. There's combat and damage. They're explaining those things. Battle maps, combat tokens, slow and fast actions. Nice little visuals showing exactly what is what. Reminds you of that dude from Predator. Gonna have me some fun. Gonna have me some fun. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, this book is littered with art. That's a good thing. Oh, that one's a bit graphic. Shame. Maybe it is. It's all just explaining, I guess, damage, combat and damage, to break down that tables. Yeah, they really go to town and explain things here. Go. So, weapon mounts, vehicles, weapons. So that's the nice thing with what they've done by including this is your weapon deck. So I'll bust this open quickly so you can see what that is. So instead of having to refer to the book all the time, you just have these handy cards. I remember these sort of reference cards from Star Wars, the RPG game. Not the only game that does it, done it, but yeah, I'm an absolute fan of these. More games should do these. Come on! Nope. I'm genuinely pulling on this thing. It's just, you can see that there's a little flap there, and that is keeping this top flap from leaving. The side flap is keeping the top flap from pulling over. I'm familiar with this problem with cards, but seeing it, there we go. See, it just got past. It just made its way past. Okay, so you can see on this side, it finally came. It got past that edge. This side has not made it past that edge. Now, when you close this box of cards and open them again, it will be easier the second time. But eventually it will fray and this box will look like a dog ate it. So I highly advise people who, are anything like me, don't keep it in this box and have a look at what that did to that top card. Absolutely trashed that top card. Okay, that top card got damaged by just trying to open the box. So that can just be rectified with, just a bit of love. Just pushing back down on it and putting a card sleeve on this thing. But yeah, unnecessary, unfortunate. I would probably have gone with just this kind of thing, but I understand that they're selling this in the store, so they want to buy this separately. So yeah, tough decision. How do other games do it? It doesn't struggle so much. There must be a better way. But yeah, okay. So as you can see there, you just run your nail over that edge, the back of your nail, and you can restore that card if yours gets damaged in the same way, and then just leave it. Okay. You can see there, pretty much restored. Not too bad. But yeah, just with myself being super careful with not trying to damage it, it gets damaged. So when you open your cards, just be careful you don't trash your cards. But oh man, these are great. Let's have a look at one. Yeah, let's have a look at this one. The M45. And there's the stats. Interesting enough, they have it that way around, so you actually flip the card like that if you're using it, instead of taking it and flipping it horizontally. You flip it vertically. Else, that's how you. If you don't do it this way, your stats are upside down. So don't flip from left to right. Flip from. Let's just get it right. Flip from top to bottom. Top to bottom. Okay. Just things to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure lots of people are going to be grabbing their card. Oh, look at this to say, oh, I got the sniper rifle, and most people flip from left to right, and it's going to be upside down. So I'm curious why they went for left to right. I mean, a top to bottom flip, because most people don't flip cards like that. I don't think so. I think most people flip left to right. So it's on a table. It's on a table. You normally just flip it left to right. But yeah, worth pointing out. Nothing broken there, but I would probably say you find a higher percentage of people that flip left to right instead of top to bottom. But fantastic cards, really. Just unreal amount of cards. So these are the weapon deck. I wonder if they're going to do a vehicle deck, because there are vehicles in the game, but yeah, let's have a look. Oh, there's some more cards here. Small for choice. Okay, so let's see what else is in here. So these are all the cards we just went through. I'm not going to page through each and every single one, but this is just a bucket load of weapons. I don't think I saw hand grenades in the weapon deck. So it's throwing. Maybe they don't have hand grenades in the weapon deck. Also, just something worth noting. There are crossbows, axe, knives, bats. No hand grenades, so keep that in mind. You'll have to reference the book for that, but yeah, they've given so much. Alright, so here's the vehicles, like they included like motorbikes and stuff, and they'll just give you the stats for everything. Tanks. Imagine, playing a solo game, cruising around with your scrambler, then getting a jeep, and eventually, riding around in a tank. Just hitting that OP sort of level of the game. Curious to see how they tell you to pace your gear. Now, gear cards would have been great. Gear cards, helmets and stuff. But we're curious to see how they suggest you pace your game. So here's your home base. Okay, cool. Travel. Here's your travel rules, day, night, terrain types. Very cool. Interruptions. Yeah, I'm curious to see what that's obviously part of travel. There's a table for interruptions, and more tables. Hunting. I'm trying not to show too much. Yeah, I'm just kind of paging through, so I'm not opening up fully deliberately for that reason. All right, so that's the player's manual and the cards, and we still have some stuff to go through. So we have done the weapon deck. We've done the initiative cards, and we've done the encounters. No, wait. Let's have a look at the dice work. Very much makes me think of Fallout when I see these dice. You can see where the player, where the target gets hit. The arms, the legs, torso, head. Okay. And I wouldn't know what these dice are, but I'm guessing this is ammunition or explosions. Yeah, I'll have to read the rule book for that. And then we've got other dice. Have you got how many of those? 2, 4, 6. 6 of those ones. 2, 4, 6, 8 of these. These are really nice dice though. The printing quality is superb. Yeah, really great printing quality. Stunning dice, and they've captured that military feel, spot on with these. So very generous. I know some games don't include dice; you have to buy them separately. They're really giving you, the tools you need to play. So let's have a look at the rest of the stuff quickly. Just put this stuff in the lid, and let's have a look at the last bit. Okay, so here is the referee screen, GM screen. Let me open that up. Tear right off. It adds a nice level of protection. So long as you don't stab or cut the product to open it up, because that would defeat the purpose. Okay, so it's a little piece of paper just so you can read what it is in the store. And let's have a look. Stunning art. For a second I thought that was magnetized. But it's not. But for a moment I was like, no way did they magnetize that. But it's not. Something cool to consider for another game is putting a magnet in there. Shouldn't bump up production costs too much. Yeah, this is all the stats you generally your cheat sheets. So that's fantastic. Without knowing the rules, I don't know if they put everything there that you generally would need, but I presume they would. And it's actually quite comforting to see how straightforward this is. It lets me know that the game itself is rather straightforward. I hope. Let's have a look. And also just glancing at the rulebook, it does not look like a super complex game, which is my style. I don't like to have the rules slow down gameplay. But stunning map. Not map, my bad. Referee screen, GM screen. The graphic, very stylistic. Reminds you of the One Rings referee screen. Very stylistic. Okay, well that's a wrap. Okay, hope that was insightful, and I will edit this and shorten it because I'm looking at the time now. It's a 15-minute video. I don't think people have 15 minutes to watch this. And yeah, see you all later. Bye.